Oh, it looks like Christian Bale is circling the role in Michael Mann's long-awaited sequel, Heat 2.
What do you mean long awaited? No one has wanted Heat 2. Hello, I am Sam.
And I am Ian.
And we welcome you to the third episode of One Credit After Another, a show where we dive into the career of a filmmaker or actor and their latest project. Noah Baumbach's J. Kelly stars George Clooney, Adam Sandler, and the actor up for discussion on this episode, Laura Dern. The comedy drama follows the relationship between a highly successful actor and his manager. The film has a worldwide release on Netflix on the 5th of December, with the reviews so far proving to be mostly positive. Ian, do you think Laura Dern has the career Natalie Portman wishes she had?
Obviously.
And do you think Laura Dern will enhance the chances of J. Kelly being a success?
Well, I do like the throwback to the old version of the show.
Yes.
That's for the long listeners.
Yeah, that's for the loyal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or more of an internal joke after it.
Meta?
It's so meta.
Yes. Do you think that Laura Dern is up to the task? And does she have the career that Natalie Portman thinks that she deserves?
I have a couple of opinions on this. I think, first and foremost, I think this is actually going to be one that I can see you perhaps taking a bit more of a lead on. Because I realised, I was like, I've seen a lot of Laura Dern stuff, but I've not really got much of an opinion on Laura Dern stuff. And I know you've got, a lot of your fascinations over the years has been around the Jurassic Park franchise and stuff like that. So I imagine you're probably...
Well, it's not so much just Jurassic Park. It's the David Lynch connection.
Yeah, see, I'm not very well versed in the Lynch stuff, so from that standpoint, that's what I mean. I think
Well,
I'll definitely be asking you the questions in this.
She kind of came through as like a little teenage star again, in the sense that of her parents, which we can dive into a bit later. But then she found success with an already established auteur in David Lynch, and then she just hit the big time with Jurassic Park. But I think, she's like the perfect dabble of like, she's mostly not independent, but like sort of lower scale. But then you've got to try and fit Jurassic Park into all of this. Mm-hmm. It's very, very interesting to me that she's a David Lynch person, but that most people know her for Jurassic Park, which I feel like is quite rare. Yeah. I don't think there's anyone else attached to David Lynch who has that kind of like huge kind of like standing, I suppose.
No,
being in a film like Jurassic Park.
Do you reckon? Or apart from Dennis Hopper got pretty big, didn't he?
Not as big as not to that level, not to like working with Spielberg in $1 billion film.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but before that, they didn't know that was going to be $1 billion film. That's a retrospect thing, right? Or a hindsight thing.
We all knew it.
Yeah. Did we?
I did.
Did we?
When I watched it in 1999, having already made $1 billion, I was like, this is definitely going to make $1 billion.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I don't think it actually made $1 billion.
I was going to say it didn't make $1 billion.
No, it's made $1 billion since release. Okay. I think in its opening, it made like $700 million.
The franchise is when you add in all of Jurassic Park, it is a multi-billion dollar franchise.
But no, the film J. Kelly, directed by Noah Baumbach. Are you a fan of Mr. Baumbach?
I am, yeah. I like his stuff.
Well, Marriage Story came out in 2019, a golden era for film, I think, looking back.
Yeah,
a lot of good stuff came out that year. Married to Greta Gerwig, who has become like a huge filmmaker in her own right. They co-wrote Barbie. So he's going into this with a lot of pedigree behind him and recent success, and a bit of the king of the comedy drama. How do you think it will do so far? So far, you're saying it has a mixed reception by the British press.
Yeah, so I would say when I was looking at I go for British press more than the US press, just purely for I'm around their stuff a lot more. Okay. So I read their stuff a lot more. So, and obviously, our segment later on is about Empire and British press and stuff like that as well. So, I do try and keep on top of what they're saying, and massively mixed. So you've got the Independent, Robbie Collin, who loved it because it's 5 star out of 5 star, and then you've got Peter Bradshaw over at the Guardian going 1 star. This is not great. I do think that there's a really interesting let's say, atmosphere to this movie where it can go one of two ways. One way, it could be a really good kind of skewering of the industry and what it means to be a star at that level. But the other side of it, it could be really self-aggrandizing and like kind of oddly ego-stroking. Do you know? In a way that like it needs to have that kind of edge, that scathing satire of the industry, I think, for it to really show off. At the moment, from what I've seen from the trailers, I'm not getting that scathing. I'm not getting. It's not as sharp as I want it to be, should we say?
He's always kind of found the line where I think a lot of people would find it pretentious, but somehow kind of like skews away from it by just really bringing out the raw drama.
Yeah, I think that's the word. I think really that's the one that I'm afraid that it will be. It will fall into pretentiousness.
Like, you know, Taika Waititi, he like plays on that line of like absurd comedy.
Yeah,
and then
he could somehow
for Love and Thunder, kind of like he went too far with it.
Love and Thunder was way too far, but Ragnarok is the perfect example.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Ragnarok is like Marriage Story.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Bombach brings a lot of...
Ragnarok is like Marriage Story.
There you go.
That's fantastic. That just landed.
Bombach, he's very autobiographical in his films. He always brings out such like a raw kind of like theatre-like feel to all his films, particularly his characters. Like in Marriage Story, there's loads of like just like crazy, passionate performances that make you feel like you're watching like a play, and this is actually it all feels very realistic. But no, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued how Laura Dern will do.
Yeah.
Do you think Natalie Portman needs a Bombach film to bring her back?
Yeah, I think so. Although she won't be in that. She's in Guy Ritchie films now. That's what she does. Fountain of Youth. Great.
Right, we will now dive into Laura Dern's career to date. In acting. Born and raised in Los Angeles, Laura Dern is the daughter of acclaimed actors Bruce Dern and Diane Ladd. Laura Dern's acting debut was in fact a film starring her mother, the Martin Scorsese film Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. She was about 6 or 7 when she did that. How many people make their debuts in a Scorsese film? A very early Scorsese film.
Yeah.
While studying to become a journalist, Dern dropped out to appear in the David Lynch film Blue Velvet. I would have loved that conversation of David Lynch casting Laura Dern. Just to see how it would go and how weird he would be. Come in a pit. Can you do like a David Lynch impression?
I can't, no.
Like, come here in my weird...
That was actually alright.
I love David Lynch, but he is such a weird person. He falls into that Tarantino bracket where, like, in another life, he could be like a serial killer. Yeah. But yeah, the film Blue Velvet proved to be a breakthrough, and Dern starred in Lynch's next film, Wild at Heart, a film that I continuously get mixed up on my Google searches with Wild at Heart, the ITV drama about a family running not a zoo. Like a sanctuary in Africa, I think. Do you remember that show?
No, I don't at all.
It had Amanda Holden in it. She died in a fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm more impressed by the fact that not only do you Google it and get that like kind of missearch happen, but you actually know what the missearch is. I have no idea.
You don't remember Wild at Heart?
No, not at all.
It was a huge ITV drama like 20 years ago.
Honestly, I have just picked up. I'm on episode 2 of Broadchurch. That's how far behind I am with TV.
Well, Broadchurch is about 10 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how far behind I am with TV. I'll eventually get to Stranger Things.
Eventually get to Wild at Heart. Yeah. In 1991, Dern starred opposite her mother, Diane Ladd, in Rambling Rose. This film earned the mother and daughter Oscar nominations. The first and only time this has happened in Oscar history, which I find quite crazy. Speaking of, we've obviously talked in previous times of nepotism. It's very rare that that's happened. It's the only time it's happened in 100 odd years of Oscars. Who's going to be the next one? Who could you put your money on?
It's obviously it's not money for where it would go, but I would have thought at one point, if you hadn't have told me that fact, I would have put the Redgraves down for that.
Oh, that's a good shout.
I would have seen them at some point, like having that kind of intersection, should we say, of career success. Oh, but who else could you possibly do?
I pray my preference. Well, there's two really. You get Ray Nicholson convincing Jack Nicholson to come out of retirement, and they do a film together.
Yeah, right.
And then the other one is Scott Eastwood convincing Clint Eastwood to be in a film.
To stop doing films.
No! How dare you?
We'll do our last film together.
Clint
I
Eastwood...
can tell you right now that Scott Eastwood is not winning any awards.
Oh, okay. That's... Okay, fine. Whatever. Further success in the 90s came Dern's way with credits in Jurassic Park, A Perfect World, Citizen Ruth, and October Sky. Have you ever heard of Jurassic Park?
I mean, that's the only one of those movies that I've heard of.
Well, you've never heard of October Sky?
I've heard of October Sky.
That's Jake Gyllenhaal's film debut.
Is it?
Believe it or not. The 2000s...
Isn't it something weird like Laura Dern is Jake Gyllenhaal's like godmother or something like that?
I don't know about that.
They have like a really famous godmother, don't they?
Well, Jake Gyllenhaal's also got family who obviously were in Hollywood.
Oh no, actually, I think I'm thinking of
Maggie.
No, Jamie Lee Curtis. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is godparent. Jake Gyllenhaal's godparents are Paul Newman and Jamie Lee Curtis. What circles are you going in?
That's so random.
Where they are your godparents.
Unbelievable. Right, the 2000s proved to be a downturn in Dern's career with a starring role in David Lynch's final film, Inland Empire, proving to be the exception. The 2010s was a return to form with credits including The Master, Wild, Marriage Story, and Little Women. For Wild, Dern received an Oscar nomination, and Marriage Story saw her earn her first ever Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. She's really good in that film.
Really good.
The 2010s also saw Dern excel in television, with acclaim in the shows Enlightened, Big Little Lies, and Twin Peaks, returning for David Lynch's final project. The 2020s have seen Dern return to the Jurassic Park franchise with Jurassic World Dominion, one of the worst films of all time, and this year having supporting roles in both Is This Thing On and Jay Kelly.
Is This Thing On looks interesting.
Well, do you know who that's based on?
I don't know who it's based on.
John Bishop.
What?
The Scouse comedian.
Really?
Yeah, because it's about his... Because I think early on in his stand-up career, him and his wife separated, and it's kind of... I think the film's going to be about trying to blend both worlds that he's trying to like salvage into one.
Oh wow!
And yeah, it's John Bishop. Do you know who else has got a film coming out, or is it a TV show? I think it's a film. Jimmy Carr has got a satire about period dramas coming out. I think that the titles. I think the title is called like it's like I don't know. It's like fucking Street or something. And yeah, it's kind of supposed to be like a satire of Gosford Park and films like that. So yeah, you've got John Bishop and Jimmy Carr. They're official screenwriters, I think.
Wow.
I think John Bishop actually gets a story credit. But I think Jimmy Carr has written a screenplay for this.
Wow.
So yeah.
Go
8 out of 10 cats, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, moving on to a list of the previous well-known films that Laura Dern has done. I mean, I think she's had a really impressive career overall.
I think she's had a good career.
I think she's almost perfected kind of that 80s teenage supporting role, and then she hit the big time with obviously Jurassic Park, starred in Wild at Heart with Nicolas Cage, and then she also did a film called Citizen Ruth where she was the lead in, and then also did October Sky, and then obviously it kind of went a bit skew with. But a lot of people say that her performance in Inland Empire is the best of her career. Have you seen Inland Empire?
Oh, I've heard otherwise.
Oh.
I've heard the best performance of her career is a film called The Tale that came out in 2018.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I've heard very, very
well. I suppose with Inland Empire and David Lynch in general, it is very much down to taste.
Yeah,
because obviously he has a very like subjective way of telling a story. But I think if you're into the world of David Lynch, I think Inland Empire is like a lot of people consider that his best film. Okay. I think it's enhanced by the fact that it's his last, as it turned out. But yeah, I think going back to Natalie Portman, I think Laura Dern, because obviously Natalie Portman has tried to like balance sort of small independent-ish films with blockbusters, but I think Laura Dern has kind of perfected both.
To an extent, she wasn't really tied into stuff like Portman was. Portman had to fit in other stuff because she had like a 3-film contract to fulfill. with Star Wars, right? Whereas Laura Dern didn't have that. They did Jurassic Park when it wasn't such a big deal. Like they didn't know that was going to be as much of a success as it was. Wasn't going to have the legs.
I suppose she made an impression with her opportunity. Where Natalie Portman, you could argue, had 3 opportunities in Star Wars and kind of fluffed it,
and didn't manage to reach the heights of Leon, as we proved at the end of that episode. Leon is her best film.
Yeah. Well, we can't say that. I think Laura Dern's. I mean, obviously, I mentioned her film debut is Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Mm-hmm. But her first proper starring role was in a film called The Mask, or Mask, I should say, with Cher. And she got rave reviews for that as like an 18-year-old. Okay. And then did Blue Velvet and Wild at Heart, which kind of like enhanced her credits until obviously Jurassic Park made a huge... And Rambling Rose, which was also a huge success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then it was straight into Jurassic Park, wasn't it? And then, that's when leading star kind of... Boom! Are we moving on?
Do you... Oh, sorry, no. Kind of to sound like a contrarian, do you think Jurassic Park, the success of that, was actually a hindrance? Because there is a noticeable, after Jurassic Park, I mean, she did a couple of films after, but then basically after October Sky in 1999, she didn't do anything noteworthy for about 7 years.
Yeah.
And Inland Empire was actually it's like an island in the middle, where, her last successful film in the 90s was October Sky. Then she did Inland Empire. And then you could probably make the argument it wasn't until Wild where she kind of found her groove again.
Or no, well, I would say probably just slightly before that. I quite like the idea that she actually jumped in and started to do some kind of quite quirky, and that is like quirky stuff, and that could be influenced by the fact that she sat there with Lynch doing weird stuff, right? Because I like the fact that, like, between that, I mean, if we analyse it a little bit, you got Jurassic Park, then she does have semi-success with things like Citizen Roof, October Sky, then Jurassic Park 3, then it's downhill with I Am Sam. I mean, Jurassic Park 3 as well is pretty poor. But then she kind of goes a little bit under the radar and does some cool, like, quirky stuff. Like you said, that's where Inland Empire is about, 2006?
Yeah.
But then she's doing things like Year of the Dog, Everything Must Go, which I hold a candle for. I love Everything Must Go. She's brave enough to take on things like The Master, The Fault in Our Stars. This is just before Wild, or it might have been around the same time. They would have filmed it relatively close. And then she has that little pocket. So she's got Inland Empire and Year of the Dog, which is kind of successful. Then everything kind of goes a bit quiet. Everything Must Go is positive, but it's, it's not sitting up there in the upper echelons of like absolute amazing. Then she's got Little Fockers, which is the terrible,
which we will get to do later.
Yes, one day we'll get to that. And then you've got things like the Kicks Up Again, where you've got The Master and The Fault in Our Stars. All right, fair enough. It's up there in terms of reviews. It's not going to knock it out of the park, but holy cow, was that a big deal? I remember working that. Wow,
it was huge.
It was massive.
I remember that well. Yeah,
and there's just a lot of stuff going on, and then obviously Wild happens, and then 99 Homes. So it's. She's done some good stuff. I also like staying on the idea of just like quirky stuff. When I was looking into this, there's 2 short films that I wanted to bring to your attention. Now, I haven't seen them. But when I was researching this, I was like, are you joking? These look amazing. The first is something called 9 Kisses. So it's a 9-minute short film, but the cast is absolutely insane. The second, I cannot pronounce this, and I'm probably not going to say it correctly, is The Black Gyandola or something like that. That's a 7-minute movie. It's about zombies.
Ooh.
It has the most incredible cast.
Paul Newman?
For what it is. Not Paul Newman. It's got Johnny Depp in it, though.
Oh, close.
It's nuts. In fact, you know what? It's so nuts, I'm actually going to find the cast for it because it is just silly. But I like that. I like the fact that she's kind of giving stuff a go. I like the fact that, like, she has the success of things like Certain Women and then has the nerve to go and do something like Wilson. There's. I know that's very Hollywood. It's that whole idea that you peak, you see some success, and then you follow the money, and so you're probably going to get thrown it. But something like Wilson's not going to be a massive ticket earner, is it?
Her career follows a very, very, very similar pattern to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay.
In many ways.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, related to Hollywood royalty, becomes a huge... Well, I suppose Jamie Lee Curtis became a huge star in the 70s, but essentially as a teenager, kind of established herself. Same thing with Laura Dern. And then it kind of peaked debatably when they were like in their mid to late 20s. And then nothing for 20 years, really. And then they have like this amazing resurgence in their like late 50s, early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat similar.
Yeah, no, I understand that. That does... I get that comparison.
When are they going to be in another film together? Have they been in a film together?
Oh, not that I can see.
Aren't they related? Didn't you say they're somewhat related?
No.
Godparents?
Oh, yeah, godparents.
Yeah. Right, reflection and questions on previous films and career. Empire Review, best and worst. What do you reckon in the career of Laura Dern?
Well, I mean, I've got this list in front of me. Surely Little Fuckers has got to be the worst. I mean, the only thing that probably comes even close to that is going to be Jurassic World Dominion. And it's going to be pretty close.
Right, so...
And I Am Sam.
Is that the film where Sean Penn...
I've got a funny feeling it's what Ben Stiller's character is taking the mickey out of in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, okay. Right. Did that get good reviews, though?
No.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
It's got a Metascore of 28.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah. I think, and just for comparison, Little Fockers is sitting on 27, and Jurassic World Dominion is sitting on 38.
But it's funny that you mention Little Fockers, because that is the worst review of Laura Dern's career, with 2 stars on Empire.
Okay.
Now, I will say...
They were brave. They weren't spot on. They were being generous.
I will say she is only in the film for about 3 minutes.
Counts though.
Yeah.
She got a paycheck from it.
Okay. And the highest best review, I should say, of her career was Inland Empire, with 5 stars, with the Empire Review praising her performance as the best of her career.
Yeah, this is obviously specifically Empire reviews that we're looking at here, because I think if you were to look at Metascores, you would see a slightly different story.
Yeah, but what does Metascore mean? I mean, what does Empire mean?
Why
are we even doing this category?
Why are we even doing this? This doesn't make any sense.
Does the actor's career live up to Adam Sandler's? Apt as they are obviously starring together in J. Kelly.
Absolutely. That's a good question. Laura Dern's career is better.
I think her career is better. Uncut Gems changed the game.
Uncut Gems. No, actually, I think it's before that. I think Funny People changed the game.
Oh, I hated Funny People.
I loved Funny People.
I hate that
because
film.
For me...
Well, if we're going to be serious, the film that really changed it was...
Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual, like I know Oscars aren't that important, but I do think it's one of the biggest mistakes they ever made not nominating Adam Sandler for Uncut Gems.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
He was so good in that film because he was the key to the film working.
Yeah.
And you could argue that he's the key to derailing every film he's ever been in his whole career, particularly in his comedies. Yeah. But he was so good. And I think that performance in that film has just changed the game with Adam Sandler. This question has actual merit.
Well, I don't know.
Dare I say credit?
The thing about it is Adam Sandler would never have even been considered for this type of movie were it not for Uncut Gems. Whether it's he's going for that role or not, I think is something entirely different.
I don't agree with that.
Okay. Ooh. Well, don't agree then with a gong.
Well, no, I only say that because this is Adam Sandler and Noah Baumbach's second collaboration. They did a film with Ben Stiller and Gene Hackman, Dustin Hoffman, and the name escapes me. The Meyerowitz stories.
Yeah.
So I think Adam Sandler would have. Yeah, he's clearly like a Baumbach mate.
That was a Netflix thing as well, wasn't it? That was a Netflix.
It was a Netflix, yeah.
Yeah.
And that did quite well too. I think it's got very similar reviews to this actually. To J. Kelly.
Okay.
We need more Adam Sandler films where he has that kind of anxiety.
Yeah.
Driven.
I feel like that is actually... It's weird. I got an odd view into his life. I wonder if that's how he feels when he's putting together his comedies.
Well, yeah. Do you think that Adam Sandler's... Do you think Uncut Gems gives the question merit in terms of who's had a better career, or do you think Laura Dern has firmly with her Oscar franchise prestige, David Lynch prestige?
I think that's it. I don't necessarily put a lot on Oscar wins because there is an argument where it's there are some people that have won Oscars and then completely disappeared. There are some people that won Oscars that are not very good actors. I mean, you kind of just have to see what's going on with Jared Leto at the moment. So all of those things combined, I don't know whether or not I can turn around and say, oh yeah, an Oscar win is a thing.
Yeah.
If you look at consistency here and the breadth of a career, this is nuts. Like, there is consistently... I mean, if you look at my spreadsheet right now, there is consistent greens across the board. Like, in terms of just general quality. Like, she can clearly pick a movie.
Just to establish, the greens are Metascore.
Metascore related,
yeah. Most collaborated person.
I think this one's really hard.
I think it might be David Lynch.
It may be, because she was in. Was she in Twin Peaks, the TV show as well?
She was in the revival in 2017. So she's done.
So she was Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, and Inland Empire. Wow.
Wild at Heart, yes. 3 films and a TV show.
Is Wild at Heart Lynch?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
You could argue. I was thinking Sam Neill because and Jeff Goldblum. Actually, no, not Jeff Goldblum.
No, not Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, he wasn't in Jurassic Park 3. But no, I think David Lynch. Unless you can think of...
It'd be someone really silly, though, won't it? Where it'd be like someone in the Star Wars universe has been in like the background of 9 of these movies.
Yeah.
And that's the most collaborated person. I mean, Baumbach's got to be pretty high up now.
Well, this is definitely her second
credit with him. Did you like The Founder?
Loved The Founder.
I absolutely adored
I
that
was
movie.
actually
That was
kind
cool.
of heartbroken.
I must admit, though, the one thing I did say about The Founder, and I think I wrote this in my review at the time, Laura Dern, hugely underused. Absolutely. That's a whole part of that film that existed, but they didn't go into any detail, and I felt that she was really lost in that movie, so that she wasn't really written, and I was like, I wanted to see Dern. As I say, in my household, Dern is a big deal, right? Okay. And I know I've said that we don't watch a lot of stuff, but Dern is a big deal because we watch much more of her TV than we have done her movies. I have watched a lot of her movies, but as I say, you followed her career a lot closer than I have. But she's a big deal in our household. And I think when then you see her in something, and she's not given potentially the space or the content to get her teeth into, it's just a bit of a shame, and it stands out a bit more, you know.
Biggest box office success and flop according to your favourite website, IMDb. Underbar. What's your guess? This is a very trick question, if I'm honest. Particularly with the lowest.
Yeah, I mean, lowest is going to be like, oh, she was 6 and she was just a baby on a set, and the film only was made like $1,000.
No, it's a little bit better than that.
Okay,
a little bit better.
Okay. Well, let's start with the success then. I mean, she's been in some serious blockbusters. We don't count Jurassic Park because the whole inflation thing I think is crap, and multiple like starts and stuff like that. But Dominion, no, they didn't earn as much.
Dominion.
Oh no, Star Wars. It's got to be Star Wars.
So her highest grossing film is Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which grossed $1.3 billion.
$1.3 billion,
which is actually a disappointment.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Should we talk about Laura Dern? Because that's probably her performance in The Last Jedi is definitely the most controversial of her career.
Okay.
What was your take on it? Because it got a lot of heat.
Really?
Oh, well, it was just the time of... She had purple hair, so she must be like a fake, strong female character kind of person. I mean, her character in the film is flawed, but her performance is completely fine. Yeah. And she actually has probably the best moment of the whole film where she sacrifices herself. Yeah. In many ways.
And actually, I also really like filmically what that scene looks like, where it's like, boom, black and white, silence.
I mean, again, that's
fantastic shot.
It's not really how it works with hyperspace in Star Wars, but...
Is it not?
Besides,
it is how it works in space, though.
Besides this, no, she was kind of the character that was like her and Rose were like used as like the characters to like beat the film up with.
Okay.
Yeah. Because obviously there's a lot of detractors to Last Jedi. I mean, I don't like it, but I don't consider myself like despising the film or people who were paid to be in it, like some people do. Yeah. Her whole character. I mean, the whole character is kind of flawed with her relationship with Poe Dameron, Jason Isaacs' character. But that's not her fault. I think it's probably not her fault, but like the lowest moment of her career in many ways, because it just got so much flack. I'd be amazed if she ever does anything like that again. Obviously, her character's... Well, unfortunately, she died in the film. I would be amazed if she were to like do anything related to Star Wars or that level again because of that, particularly in like the current world we live in.
Okay.
Yeah, Star Wars: The Last Jedi is her highest grossing film. Her lowest grossing film is Smooth Talk.
Oh, what the hell is that?
It made a grand total of $16,000.
Nice.
She made it as a teenager, starring role.
Okay.
Very low, very, very, very low budget.
Yeah.
And it only made 16,000. It did have a release in cinemas.
Okay.
So I had to include it.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that probably didn't even cover a paycheck.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was released specifically in just LA.
Oh, that's all you're getting.
Yeah.
And it's not even on streaming services now.
No, I can't find it anywhere. Right, where are we next? If they were making a film about Laura Dern, who would play her?
Good question.
When we say this, it can just be an actor from any time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
At any age of Laura Dern's career. It's not like we have to do it for now.
Oh, that makes it even harder question. Do you know what?
I'll tell you
weirdly, I would do... I know this is going to sound odd. I would do Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, I could see that. I'll tell you what, I will word the question slightly differently. Her performance as Ellie Sattler in Jurassic Park is very, very iconic. Who would have done a better job than Laura Dern in that film?
Oh, who could have done a better job?
And can I just point out that Laura Dern's fear when she is being chased by a velociraptor is so convincing that even when I watch it today, I'm like traumatized by how scared she is. Okay. So basically, who could pull off that level of fear?
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking about it now. I'm becoming more and more convinced by my whole Kirsten Dunst thing.
I do have a potential one.
Okay.
Jodie Foster.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I mean, the other person that I would actually say would be a good shoe-in would be the girl in Jurassic Park. It's a really good casting of I mean, obviously it's not her daughter, but like a younger Laura Dern.
I know what you mean.
Like you could kind of see it. Like
okay, that could be good.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I mean, to be honest, no one could have done a better job than Laura Dern in Jurassic Park. Although one thing I will say, I have always found it weird, like the massive age gap. Even as a kid, I was like, I didn't obviously know the difference, but it is literally like 25 years.
Yeah.
They would never do that now.
Nope.
Could the actor have done a better job than Tom Hardy in Locke?
No. just no. I think she plays a really hard lawyer really well.
You don't think Laura Dern could do a convincing job as a Welsh actress?
I reckon she could sell cement.
Who has to like convince somebody to, while they're drunk, to put concrete in something.
I mean, he's drunk, but he's not too drunk, is he?
Is he drunk in Locke?
No, Locke's not drunk. The guy he's trying to convince him.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
He's had a couple of ciders at this point.
Oh, he has, isn't he?
He's a little bit...
I think it's literally ciders, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, you've got a good memory there, Jesus.
This film is in me.
Yes.
This is actually my identity. I love Locke so much.
I'll have to talk about Tom Hardy. Are we going to answer that? Are we going to do that question with Tom Hardy?
Could Tom Hardy have done a better job than Tom Hardy in Locke?
Right, final discussion on latest film. J. Kelly. Our feelings towards it. Are you going to watch it? It's on Netflix. It's an easy watch.
I am. I'm just worried that it's going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes and be completely up its own arse.
There is absolutely no chance it's going to be that long.
Okay.
No chance. It's a Noah Baumbach film. It will be barely 2 hours.
Shall I have a look? Right.
Yeah, with the running time will definitely be available.
Okay. Yeah, will be actually, wouldn't it? J. Kelly, right. Here we go. 2 hours 12.
Is it really that long?
2 hours 12.
Oh, okay. I consider myself wrong. I'm hoping it follows a similar trend somewhat to Marriage Story, but then I don't really know how you can do that with George Clooney and Adam Sandler.
I slightly feel like we're going to end up with The Descendants too.
Do you think Noah Baumbach and Alexander Payne are quite similar?
There's a similarity in what they do, yeah. But that's what my worry is that like Alexander Payne does a really good job at towing that line.
Yeah.
He grounds his characters that are all ridiculously well off and live a life that most people can't compare it to.
And Alexander Payne one of his best films starred Bruce Dern.
Yes.
Laura Dern's dad.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about soon.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's another comedy drama with Noah Baumbach. Do you think he could try another genre?
Horror.
Oh, he could do horror. Because that's the thing. There's horror elements in like Marriage Story.
Mm-hmm.
There's horror elements in the Noah and the Whale. Mm-hmm. Like they have like these relatable feelings of dread. Mm-hmm. That's a good shout. I think he should do horror with Laura Dern.
But like you know what I mean? He's obviously not going to do jump scare horror. We're not talking things like
psychological
Megan
horror
3.0 or something like that. But I reckon he could do quite a good psychological horror.
Okay.
Torment or something like that. Because he writes really good characters.
Yeah.
Like he has
that's his strength.
That's his strength, is he writes really well. There's interesting characters in there. And so because of that, he can. I think psychology is then the thing to do it by.
The cast, director, and crew involved. Can George Clooney and Adam Sandler work well together?
I mean, stranger things have happened, right? There's a lot of people out there that didn't think Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe would work.
But that was once the genius of Shane Black that has now turned into Shane.
Yeah, but it's still it's chemistry, isn't it? I'll be interested to see what happens here.
I mean, again, Baumbach is very good at getting very, very realistic chemistry on screen.
Yeah.
It could work. I mean, Adam Sandler, he does work well, even in his bad films, with the other actors. Yeah. Like Anger Management with Jack Nicholson and Christopher Walken with Click. Kind of works well for him. So I think it will work. And George Clooney's an interesting one. Like we'll have to do a one credit on him eventually.
Yeah.
Because he's had a very big drop. But I think he's more interested in like humanitarian stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be an interesting one to do.
Probably go for being the next president or something.
Probably where it's going. Which studio is making it? As we've discussed, it is Netflix. And then predicting the box office return, we cannot know that because of Netflix's model.
Is it getting a cinema release?
Probably very limited.
Yeah.
I can't. That's the thing. I could never imagine this film doing well at the cinema. It would never make its money back.
I can imagine Netflix would drop it if they knew that they could get awards from it.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I think it would. The other one we spoke about, Is This Thing On, is scheduled for January.
Okay.
Which is also an awards window. So there's an argument that it could get it, but then it hasn't done any of the festivals. Netflix do like a festival.
They do. Do you like the Netflix model? Do you like the fact that you can't really know how well it's actually done? I know because they release viewership, don't they?
Yeah.
But that doesn't. Do you think that is a fair counter to a box office? Or comparison?
I just think. When it comes down to it, it comes down to metrics.
Right.
Netflix don't need money. Like in terms of what they have, because of their subscription, box office doesn't mean anything to them.
Honestly, I looked them up. They could basically buy, I think, every other studio.
Oh, easily. That's why. I mean, there's the rumor at the moment is they're going to buy Warner Bros.
Warner Brothers, yeah. It's mad.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, because I mean, I don't know how much Paramount is worth now, because obviously it's owned by Skydance, who are also very rich. But it's worth like, was it $600 billion? Netflix, something crazy.
Yeah.
No wonder why they release so much shit. Laura Dern's future. What other fields could they work in? Now, I think Laura Dern, because again, she has worked with some of the masters of cinema. She's worked with Lynch, Spielberg. I wouldn't say Baumbach is up there, but he's had a really well-respected career. Mm-hmm. I think she could make a really good director and writer. Well, I don't know about writer, but I think she could bring a lot of experience and expertise into something like in directing. What do you reckon?
The only thing I would say though is that she's not really. I mean, again, this is just from the stuff that we've seen from our sources when we're kind of researching this. I haven't seen anything that really shows that she's massively interested in it.
No, not so far.
No,
it's
not like she's got a directing credit. She has got a directing credit.
Has she got? Does she produce? Because I suppose producing is kind of the first dabble in something outside of just acting.
Yeah. But she's in a weird way, she's part of a dynasty, isn't she? So her acting, I suppose, is first and foremost. She's only got 9 producer credits, which, considering she's got 105 acting credits,
wow,
that's not a lot. And a lot of that stuff is, well, I would say semi recently, but it's not. She's got a TV series in there. She co-produced Inland Empire.
That makes sense.
And then she's got some producer credits.
I think Inland Empire was it was almost crowdfunded. Have you seen the videos of David Lynch trying to like promote it in a park?
No.
Yeah, he's just in a park and he's just like, Laura Dern is starring in my new film. Please help make it.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Unlikely collaborations. I think I would love her to do a little film with Bruce Dern.
Okay.
Which
that's
I
an
don't
unlikely
think,
collaboration.
Which I don't. Yeah. Well, I mean, not to sound grim, but he's very old.
Yeah, true.
And they've never worked with each other.
No, never.
Well, I think she's appeared in some of his films when she was a child.
Yeah.
But she's never like done a big film. It's never really been explained, their relationship.
Okay.
I know she was mostly raised by Diane Ladd. But she's never like there's never that like drama. Like like Ryan O'Neal and Tatum O'Neal and the crazy stuff that happened with that. I don't know if you know about that.
No.
Oh, well, honestly, look it up. And but yeah, it seems there's like nothing. So I'm just like, work together quickly. He's nearly 90.
Okay, but then you'd say the same thing about like Jack Nicholson and stuff like that, right? And his son.
Yeah, but Ray Nicholson doesn't have like the career of Laura Dern.
No, that's true. I mean, apparently Jake Gyllenhaal and like Jamie Lee Curtis would be a good.
Well, that would be good, yeah.
Up, wouldn't it?
What about Sam Neill? Get like a little, budding romantic comedy directed by Noah Baumbach.
That could be interesting.
Although
Sam Neill hasn't been doing like interesting stuff.
Do meta. Make him be her dad.
That'd be a bit gross.
That's what I mean. Make it weird.
Yeah, make it. Just make it really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like the angle.
Okay. Using AI. That could be a good AI film. That could be a twisted thing.
Do you reckon she'd give her voice to AI? She's given her voice to video games.
Has she?
Yeah.
Which one?
I think she's in Jurassic Evolution.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I always thought she was in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis back in the day.
Okay.
Because you'd get a message from Dr. Sadler. And then I realised it was none of the original cast. Although I always remember that little jump in my heart when I heard message from Dr. Grant. And it would always be bad. It would always be bad from John Hammond. It would always be like you lose a star because someone died in a tornado, was eaten by a velociraptor.
I genuinely think that one of the best appearances in a video game is the other one from Jurassic Park.
Jeff Goldblum.
Is Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum. Have you ever seen this notorious when he turns up at the end of the Jurassic Park game? At the very end credits of a video game.
No.
He turns up. It's a Jurassic Park game. And he basically tells them, get the hell off your ass. Stop playing video games.
Really?
Yep. It is amazing. It is amazing.
That's hilarious because he is essentially the narrator of the latest like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis games.
Okay,
and it's very Jeff Goldblum where he's like, oh, now you have to like load up this cage, and yeah, it's very like they just said Jeff Goldblum talk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. That's like a huge thing where it's just like he's just at the end of the game just telling you how much of your life you wasted.
We need to do that with Laura Dern and AI. Like at the end, just in her very like calming voice, say like, "Please don't use AI.
Please don't.
Please."
Use it.
Could they make a film set in Tahiti and Yemen?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
She's a bit of a. I mean,
she's done a film in Costa Rica.
Is that Yemen?
And on a spaceship.
And on a spaceship, yeah, she was definitely on there.
Yeah. She could do a really good film where she gets shipwrecked on Tahiti with Sam Neill. Fuck it, Bruce Dern.
Yeah, why not?
Right. With such a well-respected career so far, where do you see Laura Dern's career progress? Do you think she will continue to excel as an actor? What do you rank as her best film? Should she be considered a great example of nepotism? Would we recommend our listeners to see the new film?
How many questions are we asking our audience?
We wanted to talk about this now because we've mentioned nepotism in the past. Is she the best example of nepotism? Because as I say earlier, she won an Oscar with her mother.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis, though, we've discussed Jamie Lee Curtis before.
Yeah, but I think Laura Dern has had a better career than Jamie Lee Curtis. I suppose that's a good question.
I suppose if you look at like the careers,
then
you would turn around and you'd probably say yes.
And I think Laura Dern is a much better actor than Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
I think her acting chops are a lot more. It sounds so pretentious, but like defined.
Okay. She's more believable on screen.
Yes,
in the roles that she's in.
Yes, that's the less pretentious way of saying it.
But have you seen The Bear?
Yeah, I think she's great in The Bear, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. But Laura Dern could do it better.
Laura Dern's marriage story is
so good,
and she's great in Little Women. Little Women moved.
She's really good in Little Women. We haven't really discussed Little Women.
I love Little Women.
Great film.
Loved it.
But no, I would say she's. I think Michael Douglas will always be the king of a successful nepo baby, because obviously he's got Oscars as a producer, as an actor. He was a huge star in the 80s. He's basically only just retired, I think. So he's effectively had like a solid 50-year career in Hollywood. But Laura Dern's pretty close.
Yeah.
But she's definitely eclipsed her father, which I think is also important. Like, I think most people would say Laura Dern has had a better career than Bruce Dern. Overall. Yep. I know Bruce Dern's obviously done like Alexander Payne films and Tarantino films.
She's the derniest Dern.
But she is the derniest of the Derns.
She's the derniest Dern. We've been waiting so long to get that into this episode.
Is that what we're going to call the category now?
The derniest Dern. Okay. Is she the derniest Dern?
Is she the derniest Dern? Okay. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of One Credit After Another. We want to hear your opinions on the career of Laura Dern.
On the 19 questions that we asked
you. On the 19 questions at the end. What would you rank as her career highlight? Goodbye, and we will see you soon.
Catch you later.